Namaste. So sharing with you a practice that I always come to, it's basically my go-to practice, especially if I haven't practiced yoga for a few days, or for some of you it might be a few weeks. So let's get started. Just taking yourself to the mat, laying back, allowing the feet to fall out naturally to the sides, and your palms are facing up. The arms are nice and relaxed by the side of your body. And it's almost like you can imagine you're coming into a bit of a cocoon shape. Now tuning into your breath. And just tuning into how you feel right now. So you might have many thoughts that come streaming in. Just starting to witness those thoughts. And knowing that you are not your thoughts. So take peace knowing that you can change your thoughts at any time. Sometimes it feels like our thoughts can control us. But see now if you can use your breath to connect your mind with your body. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. Two more of these, a loving breath in and exhale. Deep, beautiful breath in and down. And starting to ease the knees towards the chest. So anything that feels good for you, they might only come as far as this, or maybe you can see if you can use the weight of your arms and your hands to press the knees and the thighs closer and closer to your chest. Maybe wrapping the arms around the legs and just any gentle movement. So maybe rocking from side to side, noticing the movement on your spine. So feeling your spine engaging with the mat and giving yourself a gentle massage. Beautiful. And then from here, let's extend left leg nice and long, holding into the right knee. Just pressing it down a little. And you might like to ease it forward and back ever so slightly, ever so gently. And then switching the legs over, extending right leg, and then gently hugging down left knee, maybe easing it, little pulses, whatever feels good. Feeling into your movements. So it might have been a little while since you've stretched. Maybe it's not so easy, and that's okay. Don't judge yourself. Just be grateful for being committed to this time, committed to connecting with your body. Lovely. And let's just outstretch the arms and the toes, pointing them away, feeling the length in the limbs. Deep breaths. You might even like to sigh the breath out on the exhale if that feels good. Beautiful. And then from here, we're gently going to start to lower the hands underneath the back. So under your buttocks on either side of the tailbone. Beautiful. So we're working our joints now. So as we inhale, let's pick up the legs nice and tall. Notice that you start to switch on your tummy muscles. And then just gentle movements from the ankles. So pointing and flexing the feet forward and back, forward and back. Breathing freely. And always you have that option to close your eyes. You might find when you close your eyes, you can feel into the movements even more. Visualize what part of the body you were working. And maybe little circles in one direction, probably clicking and cracking from the joints. Remembering that this is the tension leaving that part of the body, so it's a good thing. You're letting go. And then reversing the little circles from the ankles. Remembering to breathe. You know, sometimes you can hold your breath, so keep breathing, deep belly breaths. And notice your legs, maybe they're starting to fall down a little, but see if you can keep them up tall. And from here, a gentle bend in the knees, 3 little circles, so the movement's coming from the knees. Breathing freely. Remember, if it does get too much, you can always bend down the legs. And then again, reversing the little circles. You're lubricating your knees, getting fluid around the kneecaps, breathing freely. Beautiful. And then coming to stillness, if it's okay keeping the length, otherwise bend for a little rest. And if you're coming with me, now 3 circles, so you're moving the whole leg, so the movement's coming from the hips. Deep breaths. See if you can even make your breath a little audible. So by that I mean, the deeper you're breathing, the louder it will get. And you might find that when you're concentrating on your breath and the sound you're making, the thoughts become few and far between. And let's go around in the opposite direction with the circles. Feeling your legs, acknowledging all the work you're doing, feeling your tummy muscles, breathing through it. Beautiful. And let's just bend down the legs and give yourself a little rest. 2 deep breaths here. Deep inhale, exhale. Deep breath in and out. Let's lift up the legs again, nice and tall. And this time we're cycling the legs forward. Cycle, cycle, breathing freely. Is your breath shallow? See if you can breathe all the way down to the belly. And then let's reverse cycle. Really good for your tummy muscles and of course your legs. Lovely. And let's extend the legs up nice and tall again. And scissor action. So it's like you're walking on the air. Breathing freely. Are your legs lifted still or are they falling back down? Just notice. Beautiful. Coming to stillness and in a controlled movement, lowering the legs all the way down again. So they do get very heavy. See if you can resist that temptation to let them just fall. So being graceful, nice and slow, breathing freely. Well done. Excellent. And then from here, just sliding the hands away from underneath us. And if it feels good for you, you might like to bring the soles of the feet together so they're touching in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, or not. You can just extend the legs out nice and long if you prefer. And just taking a moment to realise what your breath is doing. Notice what your heart rate is doing. So it's probably jumped up a little with those exercises. So let's have 3 deep breaths together. Beautiful inhale and exhale. Deep, loving breath in and out. One more time. Lovely. And let's just start to bring the knees together. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to separate the knees slightly so they're about hip width apart. Palms facing down for now. And let's actually bring the arms at shoulder height. Palms are still facing up, I should say. And then we're lowering the knees to the right, head to the left, and just moving fluidly with this. So then as you inhale, picking the knees back up. And as you exhale, dropping the legs to the left, head to the right. Just moving through this at your own pace, connecting your own breath with this beautiful movement. Notice your spine. How does your spine feel today? So this is a beautiful exercise for releasing tension. So if you've sat a lot at a desk or a table, or if you've been doing lots of sitting on the couch, watching Netflix or whatever it is you've been doing, you've got to be careful of your spine. So we want to have a beautiful, healthy spine. So these exercises are really good for you. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we're just casually going to make our way up to a comfortable seated position. So you can bring your arms all the way over to the left if you like and just start to roll onto the left, using your hand to push in and come all the way up. Lovely. So you do have a cushion hopefully. If you do, you can choose to sit on that just to pick up your sitting bones a little so you're nice and comfortable and have a bit of a better foundation there. And notice your posture. How are you sitting? Are you slumped forward? Or are you pushing back a little? Are your shoulders up here? So when we're tense, we tend to keep the shoulders up. See if you can let your shoulders go. How's your face? Is it clenched up? Is your jaw stiff? See if you can relax. And maybe even allowing your tongue to touch the top of your mouth. So just gently having that pressure there. This is actually a mudra. So allowing your tongue to rest on the roof of your mouth, closing down your eyes, seeing if you can direct your gaze internally to that space between your eyebrows. And let's have a deep breath here. Deep inhale and exhale. Loving breath in. Releasing on the exhale. Beautiful. And let's just start to move the neck in any way that feels good for you. You might be lowering your chin down and sweeping it from shoulder to shoulder. Is your head nice and heavy so you can really feel the stretch on the back of the neck? Noticing the length of the neck on both of the sides. And then picking your chin back up, and this time we're picking the chin up on the inhale, dropping the head back. Breathing freely as you sweep your chin across the sky. So feeling the length of the front of the neck as well as the sides. How does your neck feel today? Maybe you slept in an awkward position. Maybe you can only turn to a certain point and then it becomes painful. And if that's the case, ease off. Listen to your own body always. Honour where you're at on any given day. So it might not be your physical body that's restricting you. Maybe it's your mind that kicks in or emotions that pop up. And that's okay, go with it. Bringing your chin back to neutral again. And just working the shoulders in any way that feels good. So just play around, maybe up and down, breathing freely. Maybe forward and back, forward and back. Closing down the eyes to feel into the movement. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we're just casually going to make our way onto all fours, coming into tabletop. We're not staying for long here. So you have about 2 fists between the knees, and then we're going to bring the palms of the hands even further to the top of the mat, further away from our bodies. And see if you can imagine the number 8, or the infinity symbol, which is what I prefer. And we're going to paint the infinity symbol with our whole body. So if you like, you can watch for a little moment, or you can follow through with my verbal cues. So as we inhale, we're lifting the weight forward, circling over to the left wrist. And as we exhale, sinking the body back to the heels, sweeping over to the left. Inhale, coming forward. So you can imagine the number 8. That beautiful movement with the whole body. Close down your eyes and really feel into it. When was the last time you really moved your body freely? Notice how it feels. You're in your own skin. You've been gifted with this body. Appreciate your body and all that it can do. And let's go in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Notice that you're working your wrist as well as you bring the weight forward. And as you exhale, you sink the weight back. Beautiful movement. Lovely. And let's just come all the way back to child's pose. So any variation, if you've seen my videos before, you can come into a couple of different options for child's pose, and I'll talk them through with you right now. So the very relaxing child's posture is one where there's no effort at all, and you start to lower down, resting your third eye or the middle part of your brow on the mat, and see how my arms are completely relaxed. Shoulders are just surrendering and starting to fall down closer and closer to the mat. Palms are facing up. There's no effort. I'm not holding on to anything at all. I'm completely soft and relaxed. And then I'm using my breath to be completely present. Otherwise, you can activate your arms. And the option is to extend the arms forward, sliding them as far as you can, Velcro grip the hands forward, separating the fingers so you're more active in the arms. So you might prefer this.
You can even bring the palms together in prayer position. And if you want to, you could pick your hands up so the palms are facing, the fingertips are facing up. Starts to open the shoulders a little more. Or of course, the other variation of child's pose is when we open the knees nice and wide. This is probably my favourite. Starting to cross over the big toes, getting comfortable there. And then you start to lean forward and just gently slide as far as you can. And then again, resting your third eye on the mat. And you can stay as long as you like. You could stay for 5 minutes even. So stay as long as you need. You can always press pause, focusing on your breath. Think of all of the nourishment as you inhale, bringing in fresh oxygen into your body. And as you exhale, let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Any negative thoughts or tension, fatigue, stress. See if you can allow your breath to take that with it on the exhale. You're releasing. Beautiful. And just gently coming back again. So working our way back nice and slowly, and then we're coming up to kneeling. So you can use your cushion here again. I'm not going to because my knees are okay, but if you have, sore knees, you can always place a cushion underneath your knees. And then from here, we're going to tuck the toes under and making sure you're nice and engaged. So you're not just relaxing here. You're active, you're switching on your leg muscles, you're switching on your glutes. It's like you're subtly tucking up your pelvic cradle, and when you do that, you start to engage your tummy. So you're working your core, shoulders are back. Beautiful. And we're coming into dancing camel, which is a bit of fun. So from here, know that you're safe. We're reaching back with the right hand for the right heel, and then lifting up the left arm, nice and tall. Beautiful posture. You can always connect your thumb and your pointer and outstretch the other 3 fingers. Deep, beautiful breaths. Rolling the shoulder away from your ears and sliding away down your back. And then with a bit of momentum coming all the way up, let's switch over. So floating left hand down to the left heel, lifting up the right arm, breathing freely. Having about 3 breaths at your own count. Noticing that you're shining your heart up. Beautiful open posture, open to love, being more receptive. And then making your way back. Lovely. And let's have a little bit of fun with our dancing camel. So reaching back, switching over, using your breath, feeling into the movement. You don't have to do the dancing camel. You could continue more of a stationary posture where we were holding the posture and then breathing through it. This one's a bit of fun though. So have a go if you like. Breathing freely. Beautiful. And then this is just going to be a short little practice today. So if you like, you can come back to your cushion, sitting on your cushion. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So Baddha Konasana. It's okay if they're not close to you, maybe they're further away and the soles of the feet in front of you. That's okay too. Just vary this to where you're at. And if you're holding on to your feet, maybe you might like to give yourself a little massage on your feet. So starting to squeeze your feet. How's your posture again? You're sitting up tall, breathing freely. Beautiful. And holding on to the ankles. So for this one, we're not being forceful, we're being gentle, but you might like to rest your elbows into your knees there, making sure that you have space between your ears and your shoulders. And we're just gently going to lean slightly forward. So that little bit of pressure starts to ease the knees closer and closer down to your mat, closing down the eyes, breathing freely. Notice how you feel. And from here, you might like to bring a little bit of play into your practice, so we can even start to rock from side to side, little butterflies, giving yourself a little massage on your buttocks, having a little fun. Noticing your shoulders, hopefully they're not creeping up to your ears, they're still away, breathing freely. Lovely. And then we'll come back to stillness. This one's a little bit challenging, but if you want to have a go, I encourage you to do so. So we're going to pick up the left foot and we're bringing it behind our leg in the direction of our right hip. So you can either pick up your right foot and leave it here, that's totally fine. Or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can slide your right foot so it's in line with the other foot. Beautiful. Okay, so closing down the eyes again, rolling the shoulders back. Palms are resting on your insteps or the balls of your feet. Breathing freely. This is a beautiful posture for your hips. And we can incorporate the arms as well. So from here it looks as though your left leg is underneath. So we'll bring the left arm forward. And from here, diving the right hand underneath and then through. And just allowing your fingertips to rest wherever they are. It might be on the palm of your hand, it might be lower down, wherever it is fine. And from here, let's lift up the arms, bringing your gaze with you. So looking up at your fingertips, feeling your shoulder blades. So you're creating more space in your shoulder blades. Breathing freely, beautiful breaths. And you do have the option to extend even more. I have the candle in front of me, so I'll just move that so you stay where you are. And if you want to, you can start to bend forward. And you might come part of the way, you might come, to your knees, or maybe you'll come all the way down. Feel that beautiful stretch. Go with it. Stay as long as you feel you need to. So it might be to the count of 3 deep breaths. Feeling the back of your lungs expand on the inhale. So beautiful back breathing, nourishing behind your heart as well. And on the next inhale, making our way back to center again. Beautiful. And let's whoosh away the arms. Lovely. And we can have some fun here too. So this is a bit tricky. See how you go. We're going to plant down the feet. And from here, we're coming over to the left. And eventually what we're going to do is twist around in a circle and come back so our legs are stacked one on top of the other again, but in the opposite way. So have a go. So you're leaning over, grounding down in the feet and starting to twist around, walking the hands around, and then coming back. How did you go? Otherwise, you can just simply pick up your legs and cross them over again. So if you're doing that, we're going to bring the right foot underneath so it's near the left hip. Beautiful. And you can either pick up your left foot and rest it here. Totally fine to stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring the left foot over to the right hip. Beautiful. So we're trying to get all 10 toes grounding down onto the mat. Closing down your eyes, making sure your alignment is okay so you have your knees stacked one on top of the other. Otherwise, coming back to this is totally fine, wherever you're at. Focusing on your breath, shoulders away from your ears, beautiful posture. So remembering that connection, so you're lifting through your spine, through your neck, top of your crown, elevating your beautiful energy. So this time right leg is underneath, so let's bring our right arm forward. And then slipping the left underneath and through. Beautiful. So allowing the fingertips to touch wherever they are. And if it feels okay on the inhale, peeking the arms up slightly. Noticing your shoulders. Does it feel different on this side? So your bodies aren't perfectly symmetrical, so there will be subtle differences. Maybe it's more challenging on this side, or maybe it's easier. Looking up if you can. And for a little bit more of a challenge, if you like, you can start to fold forward. So it's not about how far you can fold forward, it's about feeling into the posture, creating more space between your shoulders, and finding your point, that point of effort and ease where it's not too hard, but also good to challenge yourself. So you don't want to come into pain, remember that. So your posture should always be safe and secure. Breathing freely. Deep, beautiful breaths. Noticing the breath is traveling behind the back of the lungs. Lovely, and on the next inhale, making your way back up again. Beautiful, whooshing away and floating the hands back down. Excellent work. So we'll bring the knees back again. So the knees are facing up. Let's see if we can bring our hands behind us. You're just leaning back a little. We're going to point the fingers behind us, so like you're rotating your hands away from you, so fingertips are away. Beautiful. And from here, let's just start to lift up the chin, drop the head back. Notice how that feels for you. Maybe if there's a bit of, your body's telling you not to drop your head today, that's okay, you don't have to drop your head. See if you can focus rather on opening up your heart. So energetically we can create shields around our heart. Might be subconsciously, might be consciously. See if you can subtly start to shine your heart open more and more. Deep, beautiful breaths. And if all of your toes and four corners of your feet are grounded down on the earth, you might like to even start to lift up your buttocks a little and just feel how nice it feels to reach back, breathing freely. Again, you can stay as long as you like, and then easing back down. And noticing that you're probably moving your body in ways that you haven't for a while, and have fun with it. So when you're ready, we're just coming back to a nice comfortable seated position. Let's cross the legs in the opposite way that feels natural for you. Beautiful. Notice your sitting bones. Is it connected to the earth? You might need to move the fleshy parts away a little. How's your shoulders? Are they up here or are they nice and relaxed? How's your face? Is it clenched? Is it worried? Just allow a gentle smile to fall upon your face. Closing down the eyes, choosing a mudra if you like. So mudra is a hand gesture. Maybe it's just simply resting your hands down on your knees. Closing down the eyes, beautiful. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale. Loving breath in and down. And from here, we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. So you might need to turn so you're on the mat. I'm facing this way so you can see. And we're going to bring the right foot in the direction of the left thigh. Sitting up tall, hands to prayer. Notice the direction of your torso. So we're facing in line of our toes. Beautiful. Then we're going to twist over in the direction of our knee. Let's come down as low as you can go to your knee. So again, no judgment. Just come wherever you feel good. It might be part of the way here, or maybe it's all the way down. Wherever you feel comfortable, breathing freely, and then starting to walk back up. Lovely, coming back to center. I will turn around. So from here, we're going to reach for the left big toe. Starting to slide the left elbow in the inside of your leg, lifting your right arm up. Beautiful. Breathing freely. Trying to keep the left leg long if you can, so it doesn't matter if you're not reaching for your toes. Maybe you need to bring your hand back a little more so your leg's straight. Beautiful. And if you like, you can always come into a bit of a ballerina posture and start to arch the arm over. Maybe you can point your energy that way so you're directing it sideways, or maybe you can reach down for your toe, still trying to keep the torso facing up, heart up. Beautiful, deep, beautiful breaths. Lovely, shine them all the way back up again. And let's switch the feet over. So you can just switch them. I'm going to go this way so you can see me a little bit better. Extending right leg, floating left leg into the inner thigh. Beautiful. And again, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders away. Lovely. Twisting over, so you're coming in the direction of your left knee now and floating down as far as you can go. It doesn't matter if it's not all the way down. Easing into it, feeling into it. Maybe you're hugging your leg, maybe you're wrapping your arms around your knee, maybe you're kissing your knee. Breathing freely. And then coming back up ever so carefully. Lovely. And then we're extending, so we're reaching for the right big toe. Again, allowing the arm to slide on the inside of the leg, stretching the left arm up. Noticing the direction of your energy. So we're pointing up, shooting up, we're active, always active with the postures, unless we're coming into child's pose. Beautiful. So having that mindful connection with your body. Using the breath to help you. And if you like a little bit more, you can start to reach the fingers over in the direction of your toes. Beautiful. Remembering the torso, so you're trying to shine your heart up to the heavens. So you don't have to come all the way, it might be this way, part of the way, or you might just come back to where you were originally. Breathing freely. There's no right or wrong with how far you push yourself, it's up to you. Remember, never into pain. Hopefully you feel that beautiful stretch inside of your body and then floating all the way back up. Well done. We're just finishing off our practice now. So it might be nice to do 3 OMs. Sometimes we do this in our classes. Don't worry, no one's going to judge you. I can't hear you. Have a play with your voice. So for the OMs, there is actually 3 parts that we can prepare for with our lung awareness. So from the belly, it's ah, you say ah, and then from the middle section, it's oh, and from the upper section, it's mm. So we can put all of that together, and it sounds like this. Ah. So what we will do is we're going to focus on bringing our breath to a natural rhythm, so a deep breath before we sing. And the song will be longer than what I just demonstrated for you. So let's take a deep inhale and exhale. 2 more of these, deep breath in. Exhale. 1 more time. Exhale. Breathing freely, and this time we're going to take a deep, beautiful breath, and on the exhale, we'll sing our mantra together. Deep, loving breath in. And let's go again. Let's take a deep breath in and out. And this time let's sing together. A deep breath in. Lovely. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. We'll take a loving inhale and exhale, and then we'll sing one last time. Deep, beautiful breath in and out. This time we're singing. Deep breath in. It's been my absolute pleasure as always. Thank you so much for carving time out of your day to share this with me. Namaste. And don't forget, tonight, if you have time, 7 o'clock, I'm coming on live from this space, so hopefully you can join me. Otherwise, I'm sure it will be pre-recorded, or it will be recorded, so you can jump on at a time convenient for you. Love and peace to you all, and enjoy the rest of your day.